days in Montecito. We just drove up and took some days off. It really forced us to just spend our days out in the sun, playing frisbee and swimming and everything that's pure and innocent. Grateful to be coming back home on such a relaxing note. California has just been coming through with such beautiful summery weather right now, which is why I'm spending some time outside. Also, I know that it's different in every single state and of course in every single country, but out here in California, anyone who is 16 or older is eligible to get a vaccination. We are vaccinated. We are so grateful to be vaccinated. Do it to protect yourself and your family and your friends and your neighbors and everyone that you are in contact with. Good morning. Phineas helped me with a self-tape. This time it was for a horror film, aka a lot of screaming and also some arguing. Anytime we have any aggressive scenes to film, we get really nervous because we always worry that our neighbors are gonna hear us and think that we're actually fighting and actually screaming and get called on. To avoid that, we just try to get it over with as soon as possible. Right now I have this crazy angle set up because I'm gonna clean my office real quick. And also, yes, I have fully dressed down and taken off my makeup because I just don't really want to wear a lot of makeup today. Is someone just so tired from her morning walk? Oh, good stretch. Summer Fridays cleanser. I just recently got some treatment tools from Anissa. I want to use them. This one is called like the Bean or something. I think it's made out of zinc. It's for depuffing and cooling. We have this little silicone pad that helps with applying products, and we also have a little amethyst roller. You guys already know. Herbivore Cloud Jelly. Ooh. Oh my god, that's so soft. I think I prefer my hands over using this because I feel resistance if I don't have enough product on the tool, and it's like easier to feel where there's too much or not enough by using your fingers. Some eye cream, Visual Changes Eye Youth. I just put on eye cream because I want to try this little bean. But I guess you just hold it and pat it on your skin. It's naturally cold. It actually feels like it was in the refrigerator, which is pretty crazy. 2 months ago, Phineas received PR for Human Race, which is Pharrell's skincare line. He's got a pretty serious regimen, so he doesn't really introduce a lot of new products. So I was happy to take this because I actually really like everything from this line. I'm gonna mix some of the moisturizer with just a few drops of face oil because I want to use that facial amethyst roller. 1, 2, 3. I love how small these tools are. I'm a big fan of just standard crystal rollers, but this one has like little bumps on it. Up and out. That's the key. I am stealing Phineas's sunscreen. Elta MD. I've been using the tinted version lately and I really like it. I love how thin it is. My eyes are just really, really sensitive to sunscreen if I get it in them, you know? But this one, look at this. This, unheard of behavior for me. I used to never be able to put sunscreen on my eyelids. Don't neglect the neck. That is my routine today. It changes a lot. Luckily, my skin allows me to go back and forth and switch up on oils, serums, moisturizers. This is not a skincare routine. This is just what I did this morning. I gotta be honest, you guys. I don't think I could ever look back from doing my nails at home. Yesterday, I did this. Those are so cute! Let me fill you in on a little secret. Nail stickers. They come in these large packs and you don't realize how many you're gonna get, and they come in the mail and you're overwhelmed. But I'm really excited. I mean, look at the variety. I'm gonna have butterfly nails for the rest of my life. We have roses. I think that's what I'm gonna do next. But they're so easy to put on. Gel manicure update, because I've now been using this thing for like a few months now, and it lasts just as long as anywhere that I used to get them done. Although, I did chip my thumb yesterday already. Can we see that? What the hell is that? What's going on? I will admit, I feel like I use my hands like a 12-year-old boy does. Honestly, rank it even lower, like a 5-year-old boy playing in a sandbox. Like that, yeah. I don't know, like I genuinely don't know what I'm doing with my nails to cause them to chip so fast, but I'm just gonna fix this up real quick. Just the tip. I always like to do a load of laundry when I come back from anywhere after packing. I just like to have everything clean and smelling like my home again. I don't know. The day that this video is going up is actually Earth Day. There are so many ways to have a greener household. One of the easiest places to practice sustainability in your household is your laundry room. As you guys know, laundry detergent usually comes in these giant plastic bottles, and there are so many other alternatives. I have been using True Earth Eco Strips laundry detergent since October or November. Let's explain this concept. It's genius, it's different, it's so much easier if anything. So their laundry detergent sheets come in these compostable envelopes. We're cutting out the single-use plastic. We're also saving space in our houses, in our cabinets. All you do is just rip off the tap to open up the envelope and you've got your strips in sets of 2. So just take one sheet, rip it in half. For a normal wash, you only need to use 1 strip, but of course, adjust accordingly. What's really awesome about these is that you can either top load them or front load them. So if you have a washer that you would just pour the detergent on top into the main section where the clothing is, you can throw one of these in there, or you can throw this into the little compartment where you pour the detergent in the front of your washer, which is what I have. These strips contain advanced heavy-duty cleaning formula, so they're gonna work just as strong as any other leading detergent brands. Everything is coming out sparkling clean, everything is coming out smelling good. So if you guys want to try out True Earth, they have so many different types of products. I've also got a 10% off code for you guys, so be sure to use the code Claudia at checkout. I will have all the information down below, the link down below, all those things. Once I started using these, I have not looked back, you guys. It's such a no-brainer switch. Look at this beautiful bowl. A grain bowl with sweet potato, kale, avocado, a bunch of other veggies, radishes. I was gonna sit here and do a Q&A while I'm eating my lunch, but I'm just gonna eat first. I just turned off our pool fountains, but don't know how to turn off our other fountains, so if you can hear water in the background, hopefully it's not too distracting. It's a windy day. Was this a bad idea? I'm trying to switch up the scenery, you know, keep you guys visually stimulated. Jumping right in, the first one asks any movie recommendations. We recently watched The Father and it was so good. It was so heartbreaking. It originated as a play. I didn't know that going into it, but afterwards we found that out and it made even more sense just in the way that it was filmed. I can only imagine how great a story like that would be to watch live. Like, it's up for Oscar nominations, obviously, and I hope it wins something because this isn't a movie, but I recently watched Seaspiracy on Netflix. It was so mind-blowing to watch. I recommend anyone watching this right now to go watch that. It's crazy to watch, for starters, how protected the fishing industry is by the government and larger corporations, because I feel like no one is talking about the fact that commercial fishing is the biggest reason we have how protected the fishing industry is by the government and larger corporations, because I feel like no one is talking about the fact that commercial fishing is the biggest reason we have so much plastic in our waters. You know, we're constantly being advised and encouraged to cut down on our single-use plastic, which of course is important, but also like 46% of the pollution in our waters is solely due to fishing nets. 46%, and that's not counting all of the other gear and plastic things that they're throwing overboard. That is just fishing nets. And even if those large boats are like carrying these huge nets and trying to catch, you know, salmon or tuna, there's a lot of bycatch happening. So that includes turtles and whales and sharks and dolphins. Specifically, all those larger animals are really, really important for our marine life and also for just our planet in total, because when you throw off the balance of the ecosystem, every single food chain suffers, but also we suffer because everyone grows up learning that trees and plants suck in carbon dioxide from our air and give us oxygen, but no one talks about how much our marine life sucks up carbon dioxide as well. Any mammals that live underwater, whales, dolphins, the entire system is just so messed up. I could go on and on about this for hours. I will spare you guys that. I've already done that with my mom, and I've done that with Phineas, and I've done that with anyone who will listen to me. I'm not trying to push anything on anyone, but it definitely makes you want to at least cut back on seafood, because you just realize how terrible it is for the environment. And also, one more fact, because this I did not know. So one of like the key benefits to eating seafood is getting your omega-3 fatty acids, right? That's what we've always heard our whole lives. Turns out fish do not actually make or contain omega-3 fatty acids on their own. They have it in their systems because algae actually contains the omega-3 fatty acids. The plankton eat the algae, and then the smaller fish eat the plankton, and then the larger fish eat the smaller fish, and then the extra larger, and it keeps on going. So if you were to switch over to a plant-based omega-3 sort of capsule, supplement, whatever, that contains the algae, which is the thing that has it from the start. Such an easy thing to also replace versus taking fish oil capsules every single day. Why are we learning this in school? It's so crazy. Anyways, so watch that. The dumbest thing you ever believed in, that we need to eat fish. I was a very gullible gal when I was younger, so anything my older brothers would say to me, I would believe automatically. So I've believed a lot of dumb shit. Do you ever get imposter syndrome? I definitely used to get it a lot. I think for that we can thank my people pleasing and extreme self-awareness, and I've just recently decided that imposter syndrome is so dumb. We're all just humans standing on this giant floating rotating rock, and who's to say you are less deserving of something than someone else if you're just genuinely a good person? There's just so many different levels of it and stuff, but I just feel like if we truly only have one life, why spend that one life feeling like we don't deserve the things that we have, or we don't deserve to be friends with the people that we're friends with, or to be in rooms that we believe we shouldn't be in, or I don't know. I feel like the way to stop that and combat those feelings of I don't belong here, or I'm not cool enough, or smart enough, or talented enough, or whatever, like as long as you're grateful to be in whatever situation you are, that's so much more important. Yeah. I don't know. Tips on how to become confident. Here's what I'm learning. It comes with age. I'm recognizing that within myself. I mean, I'm only 25, but I definitely feel so much more secure and confident with myself. No one else is you. And the more you live your life and your days true to what you want to do, or true to what speaks to you, true to yourself, that's the best version of yourself that you will ever be, you know? You are an entire whole human being that is just as dynamic and interesting and unique as everyone else, and if everyone else is busy doing the same thing, go off and do your own thing. Confidence is trusting yourself, and making those decisions are like the biggest I trust you could ever do for yourself, if that makes sense. How do you stay consistent with your mental health? Take this with a grain of salt, because I've never suffered from depression or extreme anxiety, so I can't speak on behalf of that. I'm pretty mentally stable, besides when I'm on my period, different story. The thing that I've recently noticed about myself is that anytime I think about consistent mental health, right? The first thing that I always thought was the answer was good habits, right? Self-care, skincare routine, drink lots of water, all of these good habits that we should be doing every single day to keep us happy every day. But I've found if I'm too much in rhythm with my everyday habits and I just do the same thing every single day, they start doing the opposite. Like, even if it is a good thing, quote unquote good thing, like working out, I just feel like it's really good for your brain and very stimulating for your brain to be in new environments and just to like break things up and sort of keep yourself on your toes, you know, even if it is as simple as like going to a different coffee shop. But I think it's important to force yourself to just do different things. That's what I'm finding about myself right now, that when I switch things up, it just like unlocks different versions of me, and it unlocks different things to be curious about, and you meet more strangers and all these things, and kind of the opposite of what I've always been saying, which is like build good habits, like break them, break the habits. With every good habit you have a bad habit. Let's say every single day you make your bed. Awesome, great habit to have. But then you walk downstairs and you have your breakfast, and every time you eat your breakfast, you're sitting on your phone and you're scrolling.
is that a good habit? Like, I think changing things up and going somewhere or meeting a friend, it's breaking up the habit of you sitting on your phone while you're eating. Maybe one day try eating outside without your phone and just having a mindful eating experience. So I think it's breaking up the routine so that you can break up the bad habits that you don't even realize you have. You know what I mean? Where do you want to travel when the whole COVID situation is over? We don't have anywhere planned yet, but we definitely want to go to New York. I definitely want to visit my parents. What are you eating, Peaches? Like, what? I definitely want to fly to Chicago to see my parents. I've been itching for like some road trips lately. Throw me in a car. Put me in a car. Don't even put me on a plane. What's a clothing trend right now that you dislike? I never cared for the pleated skirts. I feel like they were popular last year, maybe around the fall time, but I got a white one and I never wore it. Are you scared of getting older? I feel like I'm really gonna thrive in my 30s and 40s, but I'm enjoying my 20s. I don't know. I feel like it's all happening in right timing. I mean, I don't know. Time goes by really fast too. Growing another year older just means that you are lucky enough to experience another year. Our country and the world right now is such a scary place. A lot of people's lives are being taken way too soon, way too young. I just think if you are lucky enough to be healthy and grow old, that is not something to be scared of. That is something to be so fucking grateful for. Do you think that COVID has impacted your personality in a certain way? Absolutely. COVID has made me more boring, for sure. The reason I say that is because I feel like my personality grows and thrives when I'm around a lot of different people, and when my friend group and social life feels dynamic and shifting and changing, and definitely gotten more boring. Like, I can't wait to have things to talk about. If you weren't a content creator, what passion do you think you'd be in? I'd like to say that I would have wanted to go to school for film, but at the same time, YouTube was the thing that made me so interested and fascinated by filming and editing and movies, so I don't even know if that counts as an answer. Why do people hurt each other? I think hurt people, so it's a lot of self-projection, and it's sharing your pain with someone else in fear of being alone with that pain and with that feeling. I also think a lack of understanding. I think it's a very selfish act to displace or substitute other emotions like fear or anger or insecurity. It's just sad, and yeah, I feel like I'm just going really vague here. I'm thinking in terms of like literal hate crimes and also like people leaving hate comments. Like, none of it is good for anyone. Okay, I love this one. Has your posture gotten any better? I love you. Thank you for checking in on my posture. I feel like I'm more aware of it still, big insecurity of mine, but I wanted to share a quick tip with you guys that Phineas actually told me, and the way he said it, I was like, you're absolutely right. When you want to correct your posture, we often think about our shoulders, right? We're like, okay, shoulders back. And then you're kind of pushing your shoulders in a place where they wouldn't naturally fall. So not to focus on your shoulders, but focus on your head and place your head as high up as you possibly can. Whether you're sitting or standing, think about the location of your head, right? And where's the highest it can go? That is your optimal posture, because what that is doing is that it's strengthening and straightening your back. And so your shoulders are just gonna sort of fall where they need to fall, but it's all about the back. Do you know what I mean? Think about being like one of those dolls, right? That has like strings, and someone just lifts the string that's attached to your head. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for sitting through this Q&A. I should do them more often, honestly, because once you get me going, I go. Let me know what you guys are doing to celebrate Earth Day. Be nice to our planet. We've only got one, just like we've only got one body. So take care of your body too. Wow. Dropping some real hard advice for you guys today. I'm gonna go pick up some dog poo because haven't in a while, and it really racks up. I'm gonna go do that.